Hello, this is John Morris, and this is going to be my first video on my settlements in Fallout 4. All these settlements are going to be Vault-Tec themed, and we're just going to go and look at them because in the past I have gone and I've filled the Commonwealth with all my creations, and then I get bored with the mod set, and I go start changing things around, and oh look, um, I get too lazy to go and figure out what the mod order was, or what exactly I'd built, or maybe I don't want to use that mod anymore, and I can't really go back to those creations anymore. So I decided to go and save them on, well, by just recording videos. Alright, just get some questions out of the way. My character is using the Icaros mod, so that's the way they look, and I am going to be using a small mod called Captain Noob's Legendary Effects. The one I'm using is parkour, so that's why I can jump super high. Well, anyway, let's get started with toggle free cam, and we'll go for an aerial view of my first creation, which is Sanctuary. That's right. I said this is Vault-Tec theme, and this is what you get. Okay, let's go a little bit high because it seems to go pretty fast in free cam. Yeah. So for all of my creations in this theme, after like running into some major headaches with scrap everything, I decided to not, rip out all the houses and whatnot, or any other unique things, and instead decided to, well, just build around it. Use what the environment had and just build on top or around it, and use that to help inspire me. Now, this being my first one, yeah, I went and I fenced it off because I generally do that, but eventually during this playthrough, I basically just flat out got rid of settlement attack. So these walls here are pretty much just aesthetics. Yep, that's where I put the teleporter. This is an instant to playthrough, if you just had to know. Alright. Well, anyway, let's just start out here. I used a mod. I ran into when I was on the Nexus. I noticed that there was a lot of. I ran into a mod that basically just allowed you to, like, right off the bat, just build Vault-Tec structures, and I downloaded that and basically went with it. So anyway, honestly, I don't think it would be really fair to this. You know what? We'll start out from the front. Yeah. Well, here's a guard post. Didn't bother to put anyone in there. Probably could, but lazy. Now, as I said, when I started building this, I hadn't really put in the disable settlement attacks. Those just get really annoying after a while, because they just go, and when you're trying to do something and you have so many settlements, it gets old fast. Yeah. Well, as you can see, I really kind of didn't fill out this front part. I did go out and add and turn this into a casino. I think this was supposed to be like a diner, but I basically got really tired, ran out of caps, and didn't really fill it out. I wasn't sure what to do with the upstairs. Probably might do something with it, but for now, just putting it up.
You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty
Yeah, right. This thing has like 40 food. You're not hungry. As you can see, I did put some effort into furnishing them. Not a lot. I'll trust me though, I did go and furnish more of it, or you know, didn't completely strip out the buildings, so, you know, people will hop in, you know. There's no point in stripping it out if people are just going to be using it. So, I mean, everyone's kind of seen the inside. And, yeah. Let's see, what can I really say about this? I kind of am a little surprised didn't bother to put more beds around. I have plenty. Oh, that's why I stopped. When you have 33 beds, you kind of stop caring. Yeah, you start. So, yeah, all these. Um, yeah, basically, I just built around all these houses and just put structures up there to go and make it like very Vault-Tec-y and give it a little bit more busy, make it busy. But after we get past this point, I actually started putting some effort into some stuff. Like, I turned this into a clinic. Uh, the mod did give me this stuff, but because this stuff relies on you completing the Vault 88 quests, I did have to do that to get access to like the photographer and stuff like that. But
You're tied to this place.
yeah. So I went and built this out pretty well. Did I build this one up? Just going around and just showing. I don't really have too much of a story, but I guess I should have put a couch there. Yeah, I'll be honest, I completely cheated for this build. I went and gave myself a whole lot of resources by just constant commanding just like a bunch of robots, like giddy up buttercups and whatnot. But this is where I actually started to do stuff.
Hurts, my feet hurt. Everything hurts.
And I actually have a ton of settlements here because I don't even know why I keep on going in here. Because why did I have a lot of settlements? That guy completely threw out my thought. Oh look, she's back. I thought she disappeared for a while. I guess I just have been unlucky. Oh yeah. Crap. We'll just move on because that train of thought just went away. See, as you can see here, I went and actually furnished these pretty well. And once we get past here to this complex, made, you know, built this out, furnished it, which is actually kind of impressive that I went and furnished it. Stairs down, and this is one of the main rooms I put a lot of effort in, and this is where a lot of my beds. I wanted to make like a flop house pretty much. And down here, I just have all my crafting stations. If you don't recognize them, I think they're from the armor keyword patch, or yeah, I think it's that, or Armorsmith Extended. That's what it is, Armorsmith Extended. So I put the bar over here and put the soda machine. So this is kind of like the hub, which works out pretty cool. Oh, let's go back to this building because I actually messed around with the inside. I made it the general store right there and put the clothing store in here.
Yeah.
It worked out pretty good. I figured it was an appropriate place, plenty of room. And over here, I put the weapon store. With that soda fountain there, a lot of settlers will go and leave their posts, so be mindful. But I don't go here that much, so it works out. I kind of do have a lot of settlers not doing much. I basically ran out of spots. Before we go further, I guess since we're over here, put the howitzer like right in the middle. Yeah. Alright, for another thing I went for this is lights. Now if any of these lights you think, hey, they kind of go pretty far, and hey, there's serious clipping.
Life still ain't perfect.
How did you do that? Well, I went and used, I have two mods for that. Longer cables, which is nice. I powered this. Another one, which is build anywhere. I love build anywhere. Oh, look, I did actually mess around a little bit in here, clean it up, set some stuff around. Yeah, build anywhere. So if you see some things so that's why you have all these platform uh, scaffolding foundations, like set right inside. All right. So I actually kind of happy the way this actually looks. I mean, in reality, it does look a little jank that these dilapidated, like, tin, tin houses are holding up these big ol', prefab buildings. I'm going to leave this for last because that's like my first player home before I went out and made my base. But it works. It actually works pretty good. I decided to go with mute
Yes?
fruit for everything. And I also have a touch of green, and there might be another mod I'm using, but a touch of green is one I like. I think it's slightly messing with, uh, as you can see, actually, we have toilets in this settlement. Uh, I think it might hurt some of the reason why I have a little bit of loading failure. Like if you zoom out, certain areas, it kind of just the floor doesn't load properly. Well, anyway, this is a good, decent look at what I created. Yeah, and I know that kind of sticks out. Didn't quite judge how little space. I wanted to have the walkway open, and that does look. It's not horrible, but uh. Well, anyway, let's go to this one because this was my player house, and due to the combination of me setting all the other, the insane amount of beds, I have actually went and I don't really have to deal with settlers actually going in here. Now, I did actually, since this was my first one, I did put a lot of energy into actually decorating this. So I have all these gizmos, population system management. I put a reactor in my house. Put a water fountain, TV, second floor. Put all these storage areas. Oh, I did actually. I forgot I put those there. Some of it's a little space because I just didn't know what to put there. Let's see here. First power armor I built up. Do I have anything else in here? No. I experimented with, clipping and seeing the red, having the industrial parts go with the, what are the parts called? Let's just check out. Atrium parts, so utility to atrium, and it actually turned out pretty good. And we go to this floor, and we go to the atrium ceiling, and give myself a tub and a toilet. And thanks to pathing and the insane amount of beds, I don't really have to worry about, settlers sleeping in my personal bed. Even though it is a bit of a walk, it's nice, you fast travel, I'm going to take a nap, and, you don't have some settlers sleeping in there. Ingrates. Is there anything else I want to say about this? Mute fruit. Oh, I only have 35 mute fruit. Actually, I might have more. I just haven't assigned someone. Let's see. When you go and you mount a reactor there, power is not an issue. So all that defense, all that's power defense. In one of my older ones, I did use like unpowered grenade launchers, and I don't know, because they weren't hooked up, they didn't feel quite as immersive. So I kind of just decided to go more vanilla. Now, of course, with build everywhere, and I've obviously build high. Build high has been a little bit janky for me, so I'm probably gonna take that out of my load list, even though I've had it in forever. Plus, I don't like how much it just like, sometimes some of these places are just too open, and you're just like, what am I supposed to do with this? Or, stuff doesn't load in all the way. Everything in here is pretty... I will admit that I might be a little bit out of the balance, but most of the stuff is pretty inbounds. Oh yeah, the outer wall is out, but this one's pretty well controlled, but it gets kind of crazy. You know what? Oh yeah. Yep. Packbot iBots are so much useful. They're very good, so you don't, spawn into one of your settlements and you find a Brahmin just spawned out nowhere because Trash Can Carla or maybe, one of your what they call traders. I forgot what they're called. Now I'm just... Yep, pit pad. Wrong button. I'm looking at map. Supply lines. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Supply lines. That's the word. Yeah, supply lines. Pack Brahmins get stuck in annoying positions. iBots usually take... You don't have that issue. What can I say? I think that's it. I just built around the houses, didn't completely scrap them. Honestly, I don't go to Sanctuary that much. Building that teleporter was like the big thing, and past that, really not much. But I am really happy with it. This looks like something you could put it in the ending, the ending cutscene. You can go and do like a... There's probably a console command to go slower, but
more than raider scumbags. If you run
but
into
you know
them,
how it
look
is, like,
down for me.
they zoom in, they go past here, and they go back, and you have that little overbridge, and you go underneath it, and you go through here. I mean, it looks lived in, and the whole Vault-Tec thing, I think, is pretty creative. Oh, here it is. Get a better look at the my house. It's pretty good. And oh yeah, I can clip through everything here. Yeah. I might have I kind of wish I did. I guess I'll end with saying final thought. I have mixed feelings about the perk
I'm busy.
Scrap Anything. I've had that perk. That makes certain areas really buggy. In other cases, I really wish I could touch these trees. This one it worked out, but sometimes like you have a tree and it's like, wow, it's halfway inside my building and I don't know how to deal with it. You'll see that in a couple of my other builds, but for now I just want to make a single video about Sanctuary and just show what I made. I love it when the pathing works. Pathing works really well with how simple it is. I'm really happy it does. It worked out. Because I have a few other of my creations which didn't work out so well. This is well, here's my other defense location. Yeah, like I said, I built this before I realized, you know what, I don't want to, have to deal with a settlement attack every 30 minutes. But yeah, usually, feral ghouls or something come in here, and, well, heavy lasers and rocket launchers. I think I covered that wherever they were to spawn. They would not have a very good time. Yeah. Well, anyway, hopefully, if you if you aren't me and you are looking at this with just to be inspired, I hope I inspired you some, because this kind of looks like a vault town, you know, vault city like in Fallout 1. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it, and hopefully it inspired you, because for the most part, I had fun. And have a good day. Now let me see how the fastest way I can just exit out of this. And